are familiar with at least one of these verses here. But 2 Chronicles 7, we're starting in verse 12. It says, "And the Lord appeared to Solomon by night, and he said unto him, I have heard thy prayer, and have chosen this place to myself for a house of sacrifice. If I shut up heaven that there be no rain, or if I command the locusts to devour the land, or if I send pestilence among my people, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Now mine eyes shall be open and my ears attend to the prayer that is made in this place. For now I have chosen and sanctified this house, that my name may be there forever, and mine eyes and mine heart shall be there perpetually. And as for thee, if thou wilt walk before me as David thy father walked, and do according to all that I have commanded thee, and shalt observe my statutes and my judgment, then will I establish the throne of my kingdom, according as I have covenanted with David thy father, saying, there shall not fall thee a man to be ruler in Israel." Now you'll see, as we make our way through this introduction this evening, why this is very much a theme statement for the book. And that'll make sense here in a moment. But just as far as some of the regular details, when we talk about 1st and 2nd Chronicles, as I said, it's very much like 1st and 2nd Kings, in that it was originally one book, and it was split, and if I'm not mistaken on this, it was split when the Septuagint was written, which the Septuagint is just a Greek version of the Hebrew Old Testament. And when they did the Septuagint, they split them. It's easier to do that in 2 volumes and one, really large volume. And so that become what we know today as 1st, 2nd Chronicles. Now, it has had various names throughout. It was not always known as 1st and 2nd Chronicles. In the Hebrew, it has had a couple of different titles, but the English, we know it as 1st and 2nd Chronicles. We actually get that from the Latin. When Jerome translated the Bible into Latin, in the Latin Vulgate, it had a longer title. It was called the Chronicles of the Entire Sacred History. And so the English there, we just shorten that down and we call it 1st and 2nd Chronicles, but it is really an appropriate book, appropriate title. As I've mentioned a couple of times, the book begins with a good amount of genealogy, but it begins with Adam. I mean, it goes all the way back. And it begins in verse 1 of chapter 1 with Adam, and then 2nd Chronicles ends